I'm not sure, answers Levi, the salesman/robot repair guy. Let me check the back and see if he's returned. The fat, rich dude looks out of place in a last-chance used companion robot store, and the incredible lady holding on to him is testimony that the man isn't shopping for robotic companionship. Something else was going on here, and Levi's curiosity is piqued. The old, little owner of the business is dragging in random robot parts in burlap sacks through the back door. Wonderful, thinks Levi. More low-pay work for me. Mr. Joe, says Levi, there is a rich guy out there who wants to speak to you. Ha! Laughs the old man. I bet it's Howard Yates. He's always wanting to lease this store from me. He just can't take no for an answer. Let me go tell him no thanks for the 1000th time. Mr. Joe heads to the showroom. Levi follows him at a distance. He's planning on eavesdropping without looking like he's eavesdropping. Hello, Howard, says the little old proprietor. What brings you into this neck of the woods today? You know what I want, Joe, states Howard. Have you come to your senses and decided to lease this building to me? I'll pay you way more in rent than you'll ever make selling this junk. Levi pretends to work on the foot of a blonde companion bot, which happens to be within earshot of the two businessmen. Levi risks a quick peek in their direction, only to be met with the direct gaze of the lovely young lady who smiles at him. I don't need your money, informs Mr. Joe. I enjoy my work. I provide a service that people need, poor people who would otherwise be lonely if it wasn't for my store being here. It's like talking to a brick wall, says Howard. Poor people can't make you rich unless you're squeezing the last penny from their empty pockets. Be reasonable, Joe. I'm sorry, but my answer is no, says Mr. Joe. Come on, baby, orders Howard to the beautiful lady. Let's go. I wouldn't want all this poor to infect us. Joe, I'll be back. Whatever you say, Howard, but I'm never changing my mind, states Mr. Joe. As Howard and the lady exit the store, Mr. Joe turns to Levi and asks, Did you get all that, or do you need me to clarify something? Realizing that he'd been called out, Levi asks, Why does he want this location so bad? There's lots of foot traffic, explains Mr. Joe. We're close to federal buildings that people must go to ever so often. We're not that far from the Coliseum. People see this store, remember it, and come back later, usually with some money. What does Mr. Yates do for a living? He owns a new robot companion store in the rich side of town. He's affiliated with a Japanese brand, I think. And he wants to move it here? Asks Levi. No, he wants to set up a scummy buy here, pay here, love robot place to scam poor people out of money they don't have. I see, says Levi, considering what he's learned. I never knew this industry was so multifaceted. You might want to check out Howard's dealership to learn more on your own time, suggests Mr. Joe, but right now I've got some new inventory for you to look at. Of course, Mr. Joe, responds Levi as he heads back to the makeshift workshop. A few days later, Levi is walking down the street on his day off at the insistence of Mr. Joe, who didn't think it was healthy to stay in the workplace all the time. Not paying attention to where he is headed, Levi thinks about how much money he's been able to accumulate in the few short months of his employment. It seems like a small fortune to the young man, but he knows that in reality it is only a drop in the bucket of what he needs to pursue his dark and twisted dreams. Levi notices a garish neon-covered store called Lovebots on the cheap. I wonder if this is one of those buy here, pay here scam places Mr. Joe told me about? Wonders Levi to himself. Well, it shouldn't cost anything to have a peek inside, I guess. Stepping through the doorway is like traveling to a different world. Female robots dressed in lingerie are dancing to the music playing in the showroom. They all yell hello or hi handsome at Levi. Two of them walk over to the young man and escort him over to a sofa where he gets a better view of all the dancing robotic ladies. See anything you like? Teases a statuesque blonde robot. I'm not here to buy, states Levi, rising to his feet. I just wanted to see what the showroom looks like. Sorry for wasting your time. I'll be going now. At this moment, a swarthy man with slicked back hair, rose-colored sunglasses, and wearing 2 gold chains around his neck walks up to Levi with his hand extended to shake and asks, What's going on, buddy? I don't want to waste your time, apologizes Levi as he shakes the man's hand. I'll be going now. Relax, guy, orders the salesman. There's no rush. Nobody's going to force you to buy anything. Just do me a favor. My name's Hussein, by the way. take a look at our inventory. The boss doesn't like it when people rush in and out without at least checking things out. Surely you can spare 5 minutes? Okay, answers Levi. I guess I can look around a little more. That's what I'm talking about. What's your name, buddy? Levi. Levi, it's good to meet you. Ladies, let's line up and meet Levi. The music turned down a couple of notches, and the robotic ladies formed a single line. Hussein walked with Levi down the line and pointed out various features of each robotic companion. So, what do you think, Levi? Asked the greasy salesman. Very impressive inventory, says Levi. Thanks, states Hussein. Which one do you like the most? Levi takes another look at the robotic ladies and pretends to consider them, when in actuality, he wonders if it might be advantageous to go through the whole sales process in order to see how professionals do it. Although he wouldn't buy anything unless he was sure he could quickly flip the bot for a profit, and he really didn't have enough money to do that either. What was the red-headed robot lady's name? Asks Levi. Candy, answers Hussein with a wicked smile. She's our most popular model. Candy, come escort Levi to the sales office, please. Oh, I can't afford to buy today, objects Levi as the pretty robot takes his arm. Who said anything about buying? Slyly asks Hussein. Let me just show you the numbers, buddy. Candy got very handsy and clingy to Levi as they make their way to the sales office. Levi sits on a big leather chair in front of Hussein's desk, and Candy sits upon Levi's lap. You don't mind if I sit here, do you? She demands. No, do whatever you like, answers Levi. Hussein spins an electronic screen on his desk so Levi can see it and says, Here's the retail price on the candy unit. Levi cannot hide his shock at the price. But don't worry, continues the salesman. You don't have to pay it all at once. We can put you on a payment plan that you can afford. How do you make, Levi? Levi considers the question and answers honestly. You make that from a job, or is that somehow from UBI? Universal Basic Income, inquires Hussein. It's from a job, answers Levi, who holds Candy's hands to keep her from being totally inappropriate. Nowadays, that's decent money, comments Hussein, as he inputs numbers into the computer. You're looking at this per month, says the salesman, pointing to a number on the screen that takes Levi's breath away. Wow, exclaims the young man. That's a lot. I can lower your monthly payment, but it'll increase the length of the loan, says Hussein. I'm just trying to help you out, my man. With your income, you can actually pay her off in 5 years or so. Can I get a copy of the paperwork? Asks Levi as he takes out his digital wallet. You want to read the fine print? Asks Hussein, stunned by the request. Nobody reads the contract. The thing is like 500 pages long. I don't agree to any contract that I don't read, states Levi. Hussein's temperament turns sour. He orders, Candy, go back to the showroom. He types something into his computer and asks Levi, Did you get it? Yes, answers Levi, checking his device. Well, I'll never see you again, says the salesman more to himself than Levi. Customers who read the paperwork never come back. Good day, Levi. You can see yourself out. Okay, says Levi. Thank you for your time. Yeah, huffs Hussein, turning his back toward the young man.